So, Jeanne, one thing I did want to circle back with you on, we talked earlier about this idea of change resistance. So we know it exists on every change project, right? But do you have any tactical advice for change resistance? Maybe a couple of pointers on how to go about working through that resistance and that challenge?
Right. I think resistance and readiness are two sides of the same coin. And one approach, again, is to listen carefully to those people who are resisting. An opponent's perspective can help the team make sure their perspective is true, just, and balanced. If it's not, then you're going to have a lot of trouble getting it accepted. The best model I've found for this is the Tri-Ethnic Center for Prevention Research at Colorado State University. And that is, people need to be, in order to be ready and to reduce their resistance, we need to make them aware of the efforts to address the problem. People, beneficiaries, the community members, the organization needs to be aware of leadership support of the efforts to address the issue. We need to be aware of what the community attitudes are, and we need to know what the causes and consequences of the issues are, but so do the people in the organization. And finally, being aware of the resources to support the change process.
Yeah.
And that can make a huge difference. So tactics include creating awareness strategies, create a disruption. If somebody holds an attitude that says, oh, this can never happen, we can create a disruption of that attitude and perspective and encourage recognition of the problem. We can encourage acceptance. We can work on buy-in using communications, making sure that we're fulfilling the needs of the people that are engaged in the change process, create positive perceptions of the change, create engagement in the change planning, support exploration of the change and implementation of whatever methods we're using to make the change happen. We can support their commitment and support their integration of the change into their lives. So if we're talking about young people and substance abuse, it's going to take a lot of work to make that change and integrate it into their life. But that's also true of introducing new technologies in businesses. And, you mentioned technologies earlier. Most of my work in the business world had to do with communication technologies. So I'm aware of the profound impact that those can make. You make a big, big change in the technologies that you use, and it can be really wonderful, but it can take a lot of work. So you need to maintain that change and you need to sustain it.
Yeah, great insight, Jeanne. Thank you. And I really appreciate the part you'd mentioned about creating recognition and visibility of the problem. I think sometimes that's half the battle, and especially sometimes those obstacles can be more abstract, especially if the constraint is more influenced by organizational culture, like in the business world, for example. And so I think, part of the tactical solution to change resistance is creating that recognition and visibility of the problem. So great point.